What does your best chapter look like? Well, it might not look like this. Join me today as we explore what it looks like to write that next chapter, your best chapter of life, one that's aligned with who you are becoming. I'm Michele Thill with Newland Wellness, and I am working with women who are over 50 and in a life transition like divorce. Could also be empty nesting, loss of a partner, or a career pivot. The changes in our life in this midlife time, and when you think about this time of your life and what lays ahead for you, because there's so much that's still ahead. Our first half of our life was about accomplishing those milestones, right? Achieving those milestones. It was marriage and motherhood and career, all the accomplishments we had, the stability that we had. And now, this chapter of life might not be something that everyone's going to be clapping about and patting you on the back about. It can be a quieter, softer, more simpler chapter of life. How does that sound to you? We're so used to doing, right? And this isn't that you haven't done enough already, because you have. Now is the time where we can sit back more into the being and rediscovering ourselves at this stage in our lives. This stage when those roles have fallen to the wayside, and now we look and see, who am I truly without all these roles and titles and responsibilities that I held, without the caring for everyone else? And of course, it doesn't mean that you're not still caring for others, but now you're putting yourself in the driver's seat. You're the main actor on the stage in your life, and you have that opportunity to take care of you. And as a board-certified health and wellness coach, I truly believe when you take care of you, everything else starts to fall into place. Because when you start putting yourself first, and in this stage in your life, you have the ability to do that. Now, not everyone's going to do that. There will be many people who continue to stay in that back seat and on the sidelines of their life, paying attention to what their family, their kids are doing, looking at what everyone else in their world is doing, and not fully stepping in and living their lives to their fullest. And again, it doesn't have to be a loud, I'm starting a business, I'm moving to a new state or country, or whatever it might look like. It can be a simpler, softer time where you're really tuning in to yourself and tuning other things out and paying attention to what brings you joy, what makes you feel alive, and what lights you up. It's the simple things. It's play. It's having more fun. And the people that I follow, the experts in the field, if you will, are more and more talking about, even if you are looking to start a business, doing so with more joy and feeling good about that, as opposed to just the action steps and the hard work it's going to take. Let the hard work be a thing of the past. When you take care of you, as I was sharing a little earlier, feeling that things fall into place, I feel like when we take care of ourselves, we set healthy boundaries. We say no when we really don't want to do something, and yes to something that scares us a bit but also excites us. It's us stepping outside of the familiar zone, which you've already been pushed out of with this life transition, and figuring out what life looks like for you now, and you get to write it, and you are the main character now in this story. It's the you that is making sure you're getting enough rest, relaxation, a stress relief, instead of getting stressed by all the stressors that are happening, learning to calm yourself during those times and be more peaceful during those times. And I've shared this in other conversations we've had together, like deep breathing, walking out in nature, doing some meditation, even mini meditations that help you relax when life is stressing you out. It's you paying attention to getting enough sleep and not just writing it off that I can't sleep and it's just because I'm old now. In fact, in our group Newbie, which is all about a new way to be, we had the discussion last night about sleep and how it's not just age related in the fact that we're just looking at ourselves getting older, but a lot of times our sleep is affected because of the whole life we've had up to this point and the overwhelm and the burdens and everything else. I mean, think of somebody in their 20s or 30s as opposed to somebody in their 50s, 60s, beyond. We've had a lot more life happening that tends to weigh us down, and how there's that emotional aspect in us not sleeping well, and how we can work to release that. I gave some prompts to work on, as well as some guidance before going to sleep, to help us so that we do get what our body needs, which is that time to repair, and our brain that time to cleanse itself. It's about you taking care of you and realizing you're fueling your body. You're not just feeding it for fun. You're fueling your body. And that's a new perspective as well, because many of us don't realize that food is medicine. And the more we eat whole, real foods, foods that come from a plant instead of being made in a plant, more organic, clean, healthy animal proteins and vegetables and fruits, and less processed food, we feel better. We can thrive at this time in our lives because we're eating healthier if you choose, getting in that rest and the stress management tools, getting in more sleep, and also moving more. A lot of times, especially at this time of life, we tend to sit more. And in general, even the young ones are sitting so much. And it's about getting up and moving around, going for a walk, just getting up and not just sitting. Throw on a YouTube video, do a yoga, do a cardio, do some sort of thing. Go to the gym if that's something that would light you up. Dance, move around more. Your body appreciates it, and you might be feeling stiff right now. And part of that might be because you've been sedentary for so long and your body just isn't moving like it once did. So it's getting that help to get in the stretches, get in that movement. I feel like I said, when we take care of ourselves, what if your best chapter of your life is you thriving, you feeling good, you looking good, you laughing more, you lighting up more? Tell me that isn't an awesome chapter we all want to live. Instead of the us that's tired all the time, sick all the time, not eating healthy, not sleeping, abusing our bodies unintentionally, not taking care of ourselves. And then we're stressed out and overwhelmed, and life sucks, and getting old sucks. What if your best life was simple, quieter, more peaceful, where you feel good because you're now taking care of you and you're doing things that light you up and things that you love to do as often as possible? And I'd say on a daily basis, as much as you can throughout your day, find ways to light yourself up. Don't save it for the weekend. Don't save it for a vacation. Don't save it for one day. Make this day one. Because your best chapter is really about you rediscovering yourself and who you are without all the roles that held you down, and taking care of you after you've taken care of everyone else. And then you can add in whatever else that might look like. Maybe you are starting a business. Maybe you are looking to start a new relationship. Maybe you're starting a new relationship with yourself. Think about this. This chapter really can be that best chapter. Yeah, maybe nobody would clap for it, but secretly everyone would desire that, because who doesn't want to feel more peaceful and joyful, especially in these times that we are in? If I resonate with you, if you like what you're hearing, please like, share, and follow for more. And if you know of someone that would benefit from my messages, please send her my way. This journey isn't about us being on our own and feeling alone. It's about us being together through a community that I've created here with you. And if interested, you can go even further in the newbie community, which I will post a link for you to check out if that feels right for you. I will be back with you next week. Until then, I believe in you. I'm excited for this chapter, and I look to continue this journey with you. Be well.